Hello, I am Simulator Dirk and welcome to Train Sim World. We're back and today we're going to have an adventure. This bit I was not expecting. Dovetail Games, the publisher of Train Sim World 2, now have a real life advertising partner, and through their advertising partner, real world advertisements can now be found on various signs, billboards and posters throughout Train Sim World 2. So we'll see how that goes. Something to keep an eye on. But we'll continue on to our main aim of today's game. And that aim is not real life advertisements. What we will be doing today is the Spirit of Steam. And then the Spirit of Steam brings steam trains to Train Sim World 2. Steam trains and steam locomotives have been available for some time on Train Simulator, which has now been rebranded as Train Simulator Classic. That's what we'll be having a look at, the Spirit of Steam between Liverpool and Crewe. That's what we'll be looking at and experiencing today. Now, as usual, when these new packs are available, I haven't watched any videos purposely. I know that there's been a lot of advertising and a lot of streams for them, and that people have been looking forward to it. It's the first time that a steam locomotive has been featured on Train Sim World 2. So we are about to have a look for ourselves right now. So I'll be looking forward to this. This is the first time I've done it, so... Oh, we're in black and white.
Welcome to Crewe, located in the northwest of England. Step back in time and discover the soot and sounds of the steam era. Climb aboard iconic living locomotives hungry for coal and water, and work hard on busy passenger and freight services through historic Merseyside and Cheshire.
How good's this? Press E to begin. Okay, so we're doing the usual.
There's an empty poster over there. Let's fix that while we're here.
That's cool.
There are more tasks to find. Be sure to refill sand buckets, fill coal sacks, place travel posters, and light braziers.
I don't even know what a light brazier is, so... But this is really good. It looks like the era. Even the advertisements, it looks like the era. So we're on platform 3. And people are dressed the way that they would be in the era, which I think goes back to the I think it goes back
Follow
to the 50s.
the markers to board the train before departure. Take a seat in first class.
Oh, well, that's where I should be. I want to sit in an empty compartment.
You can pause the experience at any point and review previous and current objectives. Check it out now, and then return to the game when ready.
Now, this, of course, assumes that you've never ever played Train Sim World before, so we're just going to go through and do all this anyway. Let's have a look out the window as we leave the station. Bye! Bye bye!
This train is powered by an LMS Jubilee class steam locomotive. These were built between 1934 and 1936 and originally nicknamed Red Staniers because of their original crimson livery, but later earned the nickname Jubilee when one of their class was named Silver Jubilee, in recognition of the Silver Jubilee of King George V. During your journey as a driver on this route, you'll learn to drive this locomotive as well as the LMS Stanier Class 8F, a freight locomotive.
Cool, so there's freight as well that we'll be learning.
You'll learn to haul a variety of different freight between the bustling yards and perform both express and local stopping passenger services.
Cool.
Learn all there is to know about operating these iconic locomotives in an era when steam was king. Welcome to Train Sim World Spirit of Steam, Liverpool to Crewe.
Alrighty. So we've completed our first little bit, the very basic introduction. So let's just go in order and see what happens. And so what I'll be looking forward to a little bit later on is taking this steam locomotive potentially onto other tracks. And you can also run it as like a heritage special in the modern era as well. So I haven't really looked into that yet, but that will be rather cool. So as you can imagine, this episode's going to be basically an introduction episode. And then next week, what we'll do is we will do a scenario.
Welcome to Runcorn Station. In this training module, we'll be learning how to drive an LMS Stanier Class 8F steam locomotive in VR black livery.
Rightio. Do we have to take the train to our training course? We missed the train. But this is really cool. It's just not steam trains running in the modern era, but it's back to an era that I certainly wasn't a part of. Can we just appreciate this train arriving first? Very short freight train compared to the modern freight trains. Hello. Ladies wearing their hats. Back when you would wear a hat just to go down to the shops. Go down to the high street, as they might say in England. Whoops, going down to the high street. Yes, 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 I'm coming. Oh, semaphore signals as well. Cool. It wasn't purely colour light signals.
Today, you'll be taking over a freight service bound for Ditton.
Okay, I don't even know where Ditton is, but anyway.
This class of locomotive was built between 1935 and 1946 and was designed as a freight version of the highly successful Black 5 locomotive. Climb up onto the footplate to begin.
Okay. Let's climb onto the footplate to begin. We should close the door. Nah, it must have closed the door for us already, so... Alright, sit in the driver's seat. Alright,
Let's prepare the locomotive for departure.
okay.
The reverser determines the direction of travel and also how much power to apply.
Okay.
Move the reverser into the full forward position. This ensures you'll get the maximum power to get the train moving. As you pick up speed, you'll need to move it towards the centre to save power. Use the combination brake to apply both types of brakes simultaneously.
Okay.
Vacuum brakes are released when there is a vacuum in the system. To apply braking force, air is added back in by the driver using the combination brake.
So I'd call that air braking, automatic braking, or Westinghouse. Set the combination brakes to release.
To create a vacuum for the vacuum brakes, we use the ejectors. The small ejector should be left open when the train is running. The large ejector can be used to more quickly increase the vacuum after coupling or heavy braking.
Okay, the small... Whoops. Large ejector closed. The small... Where's the small injector? Small injector to fully open.
Open the cylinder cocks to remove any water from cylinders after it has been left standing. Water in the cylinders can damage the locomotive. The regulator acts like the throttle for the steam locomotive. It controls how much steam is delivered to the cylinders.
Yep.
Slowly open the regulator to apply power. Remember that power delivery is delayed in a steam locomotive. Applying too much power too early can cause wheel slip.
Okay. And we're driving! Woohoo! Set the cylinder cocks to closed.
Now we're moving, we can open the regulator some more. We're starting to pick up speed. Move the reverser towards the mid-gear. This reduces the amount of steam let into the cylinder, but saves energy.
Okay, set reverser to forward 50%. Okay, I presume they're going to tell us more about braking in a minute. So, it's quite loud. But then again, it's steam, so... Where's the horn? Where's the whistle? Clear!
approaching the next stop. Let's prepare the train to stop.
Okay. Close the regulator. Set the regulator to closed. Left trigger to apply braking.
Bring the train to a stop. Position.
Okay, I'm in full brake now, so we're coming down nicely. We're just going to stay in full brake, I think. So we braked a little bit late, didn't brake really hard enough, but we stopped.
Great work. Let's see how you did.
I stopped like a passenger train driver. Alright, so let's continue. Alright, semaphore signalling introduction. Okay. This is good, I like this. So what they've had to do, obviously, is to make things less complicated so you can use a controller or the keyboard. There's a simulated fireman.
Welcome to Ditton Junction. In this training module, we will learn how to read and react to semaphore signalling.
I know that signals at stop, I know that. Okay, that's cool. You going to tell me anything else? Or am I just going to sit here? I want to find the horn while he's waiting, while I'm waiting. Oh, there's the whistle!
In the top right are the signal and speed limit display. These feature an indication of what is approaching and a countdown distance to when they will come into effect.
Yep. Fairly standard for train sim world, yep.
Green indicates that you are clear to pass the signal. Yellow indicates that you can proceed, but with caution, as the next signal might be red, or there could be a hazard. Red indicates that you should stop and should not pass this signal.
It's not that you should stop or you shouldn't pass the signal.
Some of these displays can be hidden via the settings menu for a more challenging experience. Now let's take a look at some of the signals you'll see on this line. There are two principal classes of signals.
Correct. Okay, so home signal at clear, basically 45-degree angle. Stop at 90 degrees.
Distant signals. These are a warning. An approaching driver may pass the signal displaying a caution aspect, but must be prepared to stop following signal. The signal in front of you is currently displaying a danger aspect. That means the line ahead is not clear and you must wait.
Actually, it's not.
The signal in front of you has now cleared. However, the next distant signal could display caution, meaning that the following signal will be displaying a danger aspect.
Oh, hang on, reverser. That's D-pad. Okay, let's... Combination brakes release. With the small injector. Fully open.
Stay vigilant and keep an eye out for the next signal. Proceed when ready.
Okay, use the large injector to increase. Okay, well we didn't really have to do anything there, we just moved. Large injector open. Okay, so we're moving. And a bit of wheel slip. So we got rid of our wheel slip, which is good. That's good. Cylinder cocks to closed. Regulator to fully open.
Remember, you can always just look at the heads-up display if you're unsure what the next signal is.
Forwards. All right. So clear. Oh, wowee. Just having a look at externally for a moment. Wowee, look at that. Oh, how good is that? Seriously. Now, it's interesting, we did actually see a signal as I was outside the cab. Okay, we should have a signal coming up. Okay, that's clear as well. So they also assume that you know what a home signal is. A home signal is basically something that protects an obstruction such as a set of points. Or allows you to go into the next section. So our next stop is 3.4 kilometres. But we've also got a speed reduction, speed zone change in 2.4 kilometres. So I'm just going to close the regulator. And we'll see what sort of reduction this does. We're going slightly up a grade, uphill. So that will kill some of our speed. We'll start to put some brakes on for the 24 kilometre an hour speed zone. Okay, so we're coming up to a distance signal, which is the yellow one. So the next signal could be at stop. So we'll open the regulator slightly. close it again. So in modern terms, we're basically just at idle. So just a little bit of a brake on, just to control things that just a little bit further. Because during our road knowledge, we should know where this signal is, and in this we don't because it's just simulated. But in real life, you'd know where this signal is, and you're just coming up to it. So one thing which you have to know as well is which one of those signals applies to you. So the one closest to us is the one for us. I'll open the regulator slightly. So regulator's closed. Our brakes are off. So we're just coming in nicely. Alright, we're only coming in at slow speed, so we won't have to apply much brake to come up to our stopping point. Now, unlike many modern locomotives and multiple units, we've got a long nose ahead of us. So I presume they want the front of the train at that marker. It looks a lot closer than 60 metres. because we do have to, of course, take into account
Great work. That's everything for this training module.
so we did well. Completely under the speed limit. Alright, we shall press E to continue. Alright, so we'll continue our journey. Looks like we're going to run an actual freight service now, which is something that I wasn't expecting, but we'll just keep and continue going on in order. Alrighty. That's what we'll be doing. Liverpool to Crewe eventually. Alright, so we're driving a branch freight service from Ditton Junction to Specky Junction, which is pretty much what we just did. But we'll do it anyway. Okay, so the small injector is fully open. The regulator open. Brakes off. The reverser. Oh, we're gonna close cylinder tops. I think we must need the reverser open more. So a little less harsher on the input. Now, according to the heads-up display, we've got a signal at stopping 1.8 kilometres. Haven't seen any distance signals yet, which may not be actually indicated. Got our waypoint of the slow line coming up. Close the regulator for now. So there's a green signal here, which is for us, but it's not shown on the heads-up display. Heading the other way. So let's have a quick look at our load. Whoops. And it crashed. Or is that just our... Oh, we just went onto the pause screen. Okay. So there's a good look at our load. A very short branch line load. Let's get back in the cab. Okay, so we have to stop at 4 kilometres and we've got that 24 kilometre an hour speed zone just before it. Cruising along at 60 kilometres an hour. So there's no real reason to push the train to the speed limit at the moment, because in 2 kilometres time we've got to be back down to basically under half the speed, or over half the speed that we're doing now. So we're idling now. That'll start to kill some of the speed. So this is effectively what we've just done in the semaphore tutorial, except it's not telling us to do things. So we'll just make an initial brake application. And we'll go from there. So we're just about completed this mission. We just have to stop here in a moment, which I'm working on, and we'll see what happens next. Alrighty, objective complete. Okay, now we have to stop at location as indicated in 600 metres. Just a little bit of regulator. Not that far. Oh, that's what we didn't do. We didn't change the reverser to speed a little bit slow and steady to start off, and we've only got a short amount of time to go before our next stop anyway. We've only got a short distance to go before our next place that we need to stop at. Regulator closed, brakes are off for the moment, we're just going to roll in. Brakes off now, just slow it down that little bit. Now I'm not sure why we have to make all these stops. I'm not sure why we have to make all these stops, but we're making them. Slow speed. So this one's just under a kilometre. Oh, we've got a signal copy. We're going to stop before it. I don't think we are. Oh, we might be lucky. No. No, we just couldn't pull up. We just couldn't pull up. Oh, on the next episode, we will continue. I don't know what was going on there in terms of the distance to our next objective was actually going up. So I don't know if it didn't recognise that we didn't stop or whatever. But we'll continue that on the next episode. I've been Simulator Dirk. You've been wonderful. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching and bye for now.